So,
Being attacked.
Yes, I'm here. Can you see
and
me?
there's Caithe. She's part of Destiny's Edge. She's actually a very important character, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to her, because this is where our quest begins.
Dream. I am Caithe. I need your help. Can you hear me where you are within the dream?
Within the dream. What does that mean? Why do you look transparent?
Why do you look
I
transparent?
am Ventari, a land far away. Soon you'll awaken, but for now you live in the dream. I can't explain right now. We must hurry. Something is poisoning the dream.
Poisoning the dream? Of course, I will do whatever I can to help you. Why me?
Your spirit is strong. Do not underestimate yourself. Get to the far embankment, and I'll meet you there.
Alright, so sorry about the music, it is really loud. I'm gonna go ahead and mess with the settings and then I'll jump ahead. Alright, and we are back. Now the thing, I didn't really... I feel bad, like I didn't want to mess with anything, it's like, but I couldn't really hear Caithe. So basically what she's saying is that there is something that's affecting the dream right now, and the dream, like I said, is the world before the Sylvari actually wake up. So the fact that something could actually affect the dream, it's actually terrifying, because, like, I mean, technically, if you think about it, if a Sylvari dies in the dream, it just means they never wake up in real life, so, you know, so these Sylvari, these confused dreamers that don't even know that they're not alive as it is, they're not awake as it is, you know, it's highly confusing and it's scary. So I don't actually have to kill these nightmare hounds, it says to run past them, but yeah.
Those hounds are an aspect of the poison. The foe must be close now.
So something's poisoning the dream, we're trying to figure out what, we're trying to stop it. Head to the bridge. And basically right now she's saying, you're our future.
Find cover, quickly!
Find cover, because the thing's exhaling its poison.
Cannot reach the enemy I sense within the dream.
Fear not, my lady. I can fix the bridge, but not while evading these beasts.
Young one, slay these creatures. Give our friend time to repair the path.
But I have been slaying the creatures. So what I want to know is why his name's Ebloris. He's not just a regular dreamer, but he can fix the bridge. Like, that's just something I never understood. So I guess that there are certain people maybe charged with protecting the dream. And like I said, maybe there's some people that can access the dream and not lose their form. Because the thing is like, I don't know, Caithe, she's obviously transparent because she's actually in a place far away. It's obvious that the Sylvari can access the dream once they've awakened, but I don't know whether or not it's just specific Sylvari or what, because I know that the Pale Tree can send one back into the dream. So, it's really confusing. The Sylvari, they really are a mystery.
I'll get this bridge reformed with the utmost haste.
I do love their accents, though. So the Sylvari, they're really neat, you know, like I said, they are the newest race to Tyria. They really are babies. Even though they see the history, a lot of them don't really know much about the history of Tyria. That's why they're so curious. They'll go about, they'll learn anything that they can, they find everything fascinating, and they're very open creatures. Now here's the fun part. Defeating all the shadow creatures. So come here. Now these shadow hounds, they're really not hard. So, I mean, as you can see, basically this actually flows much like the Pale Tree is further strengthened to me. She's made me tangible, but only for a few moments. Okay. That's fine. Hurry, sapling, be ready for anything. Okay. That's fine. Okay, oh, it's a sinister nightmare hound. So as you can see, Guild Wars 2 is a lot different already than Guild Wars 1 in the fact that we already have a lot more skills than what we're used to. Just slots for skills. And there's going to be a lot of differences as well. Not only do you have a lot more skills, but like I said, your skills will change with whatever weapons you equip. You also gain more skills as you level up. And it plays a lot more like an MMO, like an MMO should. And the reason for that, and see, you can dodge too, that's another mechanic. If you don't want to take damage, you can actually dodge, but you have to wait for your energy bars down here to fill up. But yeah, so like I can dodge, and then my energy goes down to there. But yeah, so there's a lot of new mechanics. Some of your skills you can't learn unless you level up. You do have racial skills, which is actually pretty cool. I know that Sylvaris can summon vines. So they can summon vines to actually tangle up their enemies. They can summon different things as their final skill based on their race. So that's a thing. It's based on race and class. And these are all things I'll have to show you in the future, because kind of trying to explain them is really hard at the moment. I'll explain those medals too. So we killed all the Shadow Hounds, and now this is happening. Guild Wars 2 has some massive bosses, and I think it's one of the things I appreciate most about this game, is the bosses. I love world bosses, I love cinematic bosses, so... And here we get our first Plague Dragon.
There. The poison's taken hold. Quickly, destroy it while we can.
Well, see, I'd love to. See, that's a place where I should have dodged, and I tried to, but yeah, you can dodge forward and backwards so that you don't actually take damage. There. It does show you the areas where it's attacking, so it is more like an MMO. And I can kill myself. Good thing this boss goes down easy, but...
I'm wilting. Need more endurance.
I'm wilting. Need more endurance. Well, there's really nothing I can do for you, buddy. Sorry. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't always automatically attack. You're supposed to have an auto attack, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna take the damage. So this is basically just supposed to teach you your basics of combat. I actually like that it introduces you to a world boss really soon. I mean, other races do too, in a sense. When you play as a human, you're attacking, like, you go through a horde of centaur.
It is finished.
And when you play as the Char, you have to fight off the ghost of Faradin. Or the ghost of another human from Guild Wars 1, so they all have their own form of bosses, but I feel like the Sylvari mission is a lot more, you know, right up in your face, I guess.
Where am I? I was fighting a great evil. Are we safe? Caithe! Where is Caithe?
Steady, sapling. You just woke. You were calling out in your dream. Caithe was just here, but she had to go speak to the Pale Tree.
She and I fought side by side against the poison in the dream. I saw the shadow of a terrible dragon, and I felt the dream call upon me to defeat it.
By the tree. A wild hunt so soon, and such a momentous task. To be a valiant of the wild hunt is a difficult charge. Bear this calling with pride.
I will. But how do I begin? One does not simply awaken and rush off to face a dragon.
You start here in our forest. There were others hurt in the dream. They could use your help. Besides, it'll be fine training for a new valiant.
So we've finished our first mission, we've made it past the tutorial, they gave us a sword.
I only get better and better.
And we have leveled up. And because we leveled up, we click on this, and we get a whole bunch of stuff. So, hero panel. You've just received a weapon. Your hero panel displays items from your inventory. That's fine. Stat increase. Your stats have improved. Power increased damage. Precision increases critical hit chance. Toughness decreases incoming damage. Vitality increases health. And weapon 2 skill unlocked. So now we can use a new skill. Now this skill will change if we equip anything other than a sword. We do have options as to what we want to equip.
Parasitic vine.
That sounds unpleasant.
So, alright, so let's go into everything. So basically, for a minute I thought that said Traherne. Anyways, so this basically shows us where we are. We are outside of the Grove at the moment, which is, the Grove is basically our hub world, or I mean our actual, like, it's where we're supposed to be, if we're, It's our hometown. There we go. It's the home city. The Norn have Holbrack. The humans have Divinity's Reach. The Grove is our hometown, which I'll show you. And so now that we're out of the tutorial, we are now doing the map events. So Guild Wars 2 is different as an MMO in that it doesn't really have quests per se. It doesn't have quests per se. What it actually does is it has different things that you can do on the map. Now here you have the world completion, but we're not going to focus on that. So here in Celadon Forest, there are 19 tasks that we can do, which I guess could count as quests, but they don't take as long. There are 7 hero challenges. There are 18 waypoints, there are 8 vistas, and there are 20 points of interest. Every time we find a point of interest, we get some experience, but other than that, it really doesn't do anything for us. You cannot teleport to points of interest, and there's nothing to do in points of interest. They're just there. They're there to show you that this is a place, it's a pretty place. There you go. It's just a place. So I don't really get the whole points of interest thing. I mean, sometimes they're pretty cool. Sometimes they actually have some historical value if you're thinking back to the lore of Guild Wars 1, but that's hardly ever the case. Vistas, however, they're more like cinematic views. When you find a vista, which I'll show you eventually when we find one, since there's not one in the immediate area, it'll have a floating map that you'll click on, and when you view that floating map, it'll give you like a pan out of the entire area and show you just how gorgeous and like detailed it is. So the vistas are kind of just, they show off the world in a sense. They're kind of like a postcard moment. That's how I think of them. Now the waypoints, which is this right here, as you can see when I hover over it, it says click to teleport. It's going to cost you 4 copper. I'm right here. The vista's literally right in front of me, but if I were to teleport to this vista, it would cost me 4 copper. And, I mean, not this vista, this waypoint. It would cost me 4 copper. There are waypoints scattered all over the place, and each time you teleport to one, it does cost you money. That's what, and the Asura are the one that made the waypoints, that's why I say they're greedy. So we still have the quick travel that we had in Guild Wars 2, only this time, instead of being able to click on any city that we want, we have to be able to find a waypoint that is near where we want to go. There are a lot of them located in the cities. Traveling in the cities is usually free, but outside the city on the maps, the waypoints will cost you money to use, so you gotta make sure that you have the money to do it. So, when you die, if there's not a party member there to resurrect you, they will actually make you teleport to a waypoint. And that'll cost you money, so every time you die, it costs you money. Not only that, but your armor will break. That's a thing that happens now. The hero challenges, they're just that. They're hero challenges. They're something extra. Usually you have to fight a boss, or they'll make you, like, drink some sludge, or whatever. And doing hero challenges actually gives you an extra skill point, which we'll go over skill points when I level up some more. But they give you extra skill points that you can use towards your masteries. And as I mentioned before, the tasks. The tasks are like your quests, and they're things that you can do on the map to earn gold, experience, and karma, which is like its own special currency. But this lady won't leave us alone until we talk to her, so let's go ahead and do that.
Welcome to Astoria. As you journey forth into the unknown, know that you are not alone. Seek guidance from those who make their homes here, and help them in their time of need. The path ahead is yours to choose.
There are a lot of tasks. Like, and these are level 4. They're even showing you, like, this is level 4, this is level 5. But the good thing about Guild Wars 2 is that they don't really bar you too much from things. They actually do this level balancing thing for a while, so...
You'll encounter amazing Asuran waypoints that, for a small fee, allow you to rapidly traverse the land.
Okay, so we basically got the lowdown of the map. It opened up some more areas. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it. So we should go to one of these tasks. I want to go to one of these points of interest. Woo! I have a glider since I have the Heart of Thorns expansion. You all, if you start this game, might not. So let's go to a point of interest. See? So we instantly got a point of interest. It gave us some experience, but as we can see, there's really just not anything. It doesn't have anything to do with anything. I was gonna say, speaking of Heart of Thorns, I currently have Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. And because of that, I have the mounts, and I have the glider, as you just saw. Now, Guild Wars 2, the main campaign, so this part of it right here, the actual game, is free to play. However, the expansions and Living World, they do cost money. So, I should have explained what we were doing before. Whop! Use my new skill. What does it even say I do? Lunge at your phone, strike with your sword. Okay, so basically we've encountered an area where we are supposed to be doing a task. Help Delilah keep the farmer's fields safe. Kill termites, uproot termite larvae, and feed prickly fruit to hungry moas. So, the thing with tasks is that every area of the map has one. Has multiples. Right now we're in just one chunk of the map, and we'll go through portals which open up more of the map. And as we do that, there'll be more tasks to do, more waypoints to find, more vistas to see, etc, etc, etc. That's what the world completion is about, because we are only in one section of this world. A very tiny section. I have actually gotten 100% map completion, and it is no small feat. Now, as for the story, doing tasks is not the story. Your story starts at level 5. You will not get your first story mission until level 5, then it goes to level 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And you'll only be able to take on story missions and get story missions every 10 levels. This is how they kind of like span things out. There will be moments where you will have to grind in the beginning, grind levels in the beginning, in order to unlock more of the story mode. So it does take a little bit of time, you know, you do have to have a little bit of patience while playing Guild Wars 2. But honestly, I have never found that Guild Wars 2 takes a long time to level up. I can basically reach level 80 in a week, 2 weeks, with like playing hardcore. But really a month is more than enough time to get to level 80. Now, whether or not you actually beat the game in a month is another thing, because one, it really does depend on how often you play, how dedicated you are to it, you know? Alright, so we have completed our first task, and it has given us a crap ton of experience, and when we click on this little heart thing, it gave us 45 copper and 90 karma, and it unlocked a merchant for us. So the person where the heart icon is, they'll have the heart above their head, you can see. Before you complete a task, you cannot buy from them. But now, since I completed the task, I can ask them if they have anything for sale. Now, this is where karma comes into play. I have a crap ton of karma just because your karma accumulates across all your accounts. But as we can see here, she has some special items for us. Warden Light Emblem and Warden Hurst Mace. And they cost karma. So that's a thing. Now, we could buy those if we wanted to, but I really just don't think we need them. I don't like wasting the karma. Anymore, I use my karma for my higher level characters, because then I can buy new weapon skins, which is another thing I wanted to actually cover. The customization doesn't just end with, you know, you choosing your character, with you choosing, like, how they look, and why do I suddenly, like, have, like, red hair? Anyways, so it doesn't just end with that. So, let's see. If I go to the hero menu, which is by pressing H, I still don't understand why I got red hair. I feel like that's a graphical glitch, but maybe I just missed it. Or maybe that's the glow that they were talking about, right? That's the glow. Anyways, I feel stupid now, because I'm like, why? Why is he red? Anyways. So when we go into the equipment, we can obviously see what we have equipped. We can see all of our stats. You know, all of the things that so far we have. Here are all the slots. You've got backpack slots, you know, accessory slots, your ring slots, your amulet slots. These are for gathering. There is a gathering system in this game, much like World of Warcraft, except you have to have individual tools to gather, You're not restricted to what you can gather based on your crafting professions. Rather, you can gather everything. You just have to have the tools to do it. So there's foraging for your herbs and stuff, logging for your wood chopping, and mining for your ore. Down here we'll have weapon swapping. We can have 2 weapon slots at any given time. 2 weapon, I guess, like, options at any time that we can swap between, but it says we don't unlock that until level 10. Wardrobe is what I was going to talk about. So this is where more of the customization comes in, right? So if I click on my pauldrons here, it pulls up this menu. These are the skins of pauldrons that I have unlocked throughout my travels on every character. Once you unlock a skin, it is yours to use. So, but if you'll notice, like, say I click on the pit fighter shoulders, right? I could easily change my pauldrons to look like this, but it says these will cost 1 transmutation charge, which are these up here. You get transmutation charges by either buying them, waiting to unlock them during your daily logins, because you get rewards for that, or you actually get them for completing a map. So, like right now I'm in Celadon Forest. If I actually complete that map, I'll get a treasure chest, and maybe I'll get more transmutation charges, which I only have 15 of. Now, certain armor, which is like the heritage pauldrons, they're massive, Jesus. These are actually free to apply. Now, the reason that these are free to apply is because this reward, this skin, the heritage pauldrons, actually came from me playing Guild Wars 1. In Guild Wars 1, there are achievements in Eye of the North. These achievements range from collecting miniatures, to doing dungeons, to PvP, to leveling up your heroes, and it is known as the Hall of Monuments. Now, in the Hall of Monuments, if you link your 2 accounts, if you link your Guild Wars 1 account with your Guild Wars 2 account, you get points, and the more points that you have, the more things that you unlock. So I've unlocked, like, blade skins, I've unlocked, different armor skins, I've unlocked pets. It just varies as to what I've unlocked. Let's see. I don't have the heritage, I don't think I have the heritage. Yes, I do. The heritage warplate. So I do have the heritage warplate, so that's the thing that I have that I could use. I'll go ahead and apply that. So now our armor looks like this. So it's like your customization, you can just kind of do whatever you want. Do I have the heritage pants? Heavy plate leggings, pit fighter, dark, heritage pants, apply. I'm not really going to change well, I'll show you that in a minute. Do I have heritage? I wish I could find it easier. I never remember what they look like. I don't think I have. I do have heritage war boots. Every time I say I don't think I have it. Apply! I'm so stupid. And the fiery dragon sword. Most of you might recognize this if you've played Guild Wars 1. It looks like Prince Rurik's sword. I usually don't use it for my characters because I know it's kind of like cheesy. But yeah, so I can use the heritage flame sword, the fiery dragon sword. It was actually a thing that I unlocked using my Hall of Monuments points. So, but yeah, so you can change your weapon skins. There's a ton of different options I already have, but yeah, so you can use the skins that you unlock throughout the game. You can use those to customize your character to give them a more unique look. So like I said, even if you have a character that looks kind of the same, your equipment can all be customized, even down to the dyes, because like I was saying before when I was like, oh, I pick simple colors, right? So these dyes, the starter dyes, and the starter dyes are the ones that you obviously start with. And then you can collect dyes throughout your daily rewards, Black Lion chests, you can find them out in the field, you can even buy them in the trading posts. You can literally unlock all these colors, and it's ridiculous, right? And so say that I want to, upgrade my soldier man. Say that I want him to have vintage silver instead of just regular silver. I can actually change his color palette. So as you can see, we're changing his pauldrons, we're giving him a more unique look. You can't really see much of it on the heritage armor. But we're kind of just changing it up. But yeah, so that's the thing that you can do. You can actually dye your armor. It costs nothing. Now, if you don't own the die, it might cost a little something something, but ultimately it really does cost nothing, which is something I love. Giving him that Dark Knight kind of looking thing. So, but yeah, so this is one of the features I really loved about Guild Wars 2, is that basically everything was pretty custom. That you could customize your die sets, that you could, you know, customize your weapon sets, that you can even dye your mounts. So like the Raptor and stuff, you can actually dye them Ember Red. My Springer, I can dye my Springer a different color. You know, we'll just turn them orange for now. So that's something that you can do. You can customize everything. You can even customize your glider. So it's like if I wanted him to have an orange glider, I can do that. Or if I go into my glider skins, since I have unlocked some glider skins, I can give him this glider, which I got for pre-ordering the Heart of Thorns. Or I can give him my Crystal Wing glider, which I just recently unlocked, and I bought that with real money. So for now, we'll just give him a simple one. I don't want to give him anything like too super fancy. You can't dye certain gliders. But yeah, I can even choose my mail carrier. When I receive mail, right now it just has a bird drop it off to me. But because I got the anniversary one, I can actually have a dragon, like a claw mark open up and a dragon drop it off. Miniatures. These are the mini pets, much like, well, I mean, I can't say much like, they're miniatures that are just like in Guild Wars. You can click on them and they'll follow you around, and they range from whatever you want, from people to creatures. So, and I got a few neat ones. I got the mystical dragons, mini Balthazar, got some ghost creatures and some undead, some Moa birds and jungle cats, that kind of thing. This is the Orion bird, was actually one that I unlocked with my Hall of Monuments. It's gross looking, but I have it. I'll just, you know, I can have a fat tabby cat follow him, or a snowball. I really don't know if I want him to have a pet right now. I mean, maybe I'll have like a little pup following him or something. Like, I don't know, I usually pick a miniature based on my character's personality, but I really don't have one set for him yet. So I can't really say that, I have anything in mind for what I want him to have as far as the miniature goes. Finishers. Finishers are for PvP. I will say that Guild Wars 2 has been said to have the most balanced PvP in the world. So this is your basic finisher that usually you just, you know, how you kill people normally. It's a little flag that goes stabbing into them. The Revenant finisher, I don't know when I unlocked it, but, and I don't know how I unlocked it, but I believe it was for Eye of the North. The Birthday finisher, since I've logged in on my birthday. The Rabbit finisher, which I don't know why I got that one. And then the special Halloween finishers that you only have so many of because you only collect them during Halloween. So, I do like the Birthday finisher, so we're just gonna put it as that, even though I'm not gonna really indulge in PvP. So, as you can see, you can basically customize everything. Your mounts, even your mounts, you can choose different skins. The different skins have to be bought in the Black Lion market, which actually does cost real money. But as you can see, you can buy different skins. You can buy, you know, the crystallized ones, the lop ones, you know, fiery ones, that kind of thing. But I just have the basic models right now of the mounts. But as mentioned before, unless you have the expansions, you do not get the mounts, so those won't even really apply to you. The menu is really in-depth. Like, here's your character build, you know, starting at level 21, you actually start unlocking, like, a actual, like, skill tree. Not, like, skill tree as in, like, powers, but you actually start unlocking, like, different, like, abilities based on your level and based on, like, what kind of mastery you want to go for. And you get 3 different specializations that you can switch between. This shows you what kind of powers you will get if you equip different weapons. So like right now I have a sword as my main hand, so here are the skills that I'll get for a sword. You know, Sever Artery, Lunge at Foe, Final Thrust. Now, it only goes to 3 because swords, you know, they're one-handed weapons. So if I equip a second weapon in my offhand, I'll get 2 more skills. So if I have a sword in my offhand, I'll get Impale and Riposte. But if I have an axe in my offhand, my second skills will be Dual Strike and Whirling Axe. So you can see how you can mix and match. So I can have a sword and a sword, or a sword and an axe and a sword, which would give me, you know, chop, cyclone axe, and thrown axe. But then my second powers would be impale and riposte. Or I could have these three, and then if I equip another axe, my second skills will be dual strike and whirling axe. So it really gives you like an option as to what you want. Now there are weapons that take both hands, therefore they take up your whole skill bar, such as hammer and longbow. I can also do that with dagger, so I can have a dagger main hand, sword offhand, dagger main hand, axe offhand. You know, I think you get the point. Great sword takes two. Mace is another one that it's a one-handed, so I can flip and switch between, you know, mace and sword, mace and axe, mace and dagger, etc., etc., etc. I can use rifles, but they take both hands. Torches are only offhand. Warhorns only offhand, and shields are only offhanded weapons. So those have to be paired with a mace, a dagger, a sword, or an axe. And then, of course, the spears and the harpoon gun are for our underwater fights. I hate fighting underwater. So, based on whether we use a spear or a harpoon gun, it'll determine what skills we have underwater. And when you are down, meaning you have reached 0 HP, they do give you a chance to fight for your life, which is nice of them. And you have skills that you can use while you're trying to recover or get back up. And these vary based on whether you're underwater or you're above. So, change skills. 124, 124. I'm not going to mess around with my healing skills right now. So you can mess around with your skills if you want. You can once these unlock, you're able to choose what go in these slots based on your specializations, also based on your race. So there's going to be special things that come into play here. These are for your main skills, obviously, based on your weapon, and of course you're always going to have a healing spell in this slot. The great thing about Guild Wars 2 is that you can actually solo. You don't have to equip any mercenaries or henchmen or heroes. You can actually play by yourself. Skill points don't unlock until level 11. Your story journal tells you where you are in your story and tells you where you can continue. Right now we're in the main campaign, but there's Scarlet's War, which you can catch up on since you can no longer play it. This is technically Living World Season 1. Living World Season 2, it tells you all the chapters in that. Heart of Thorns, it starts the chapters here, but they go on forever. Then you have Living World Season 3, you can see all the chapters there. Path of Fire, it starts here, but there's a lot more than that. And Living World Season 4, so far they've only released 2 chapters. So as you can see, this is a massive game. And once the campaign's complete, if you buy all these extra things down here, which they're really fun, so I would highly suggest it, you have so much more that you can play. There's so much more to play, there's so much more to unlock. Crafting will unlock after we actually choose crafting professions. There are achievement points in this game. This shows you your daily login bonuses. I already unlocked this one for the day, so throughout the rest of the week I'll get all these. Currently my achievement points are at 2,446. You do get rewards based on your hurdles. They are every 500 achievement points. So I'll get my next one, my next treasure chest really soon, which it says it comes with 5 laurels, 5 gold, and some account bonuses, which will be really nice. Your achievements, you can basically look at them. You know, they'll tell you which story you have to play in order to get these achievements. This is like main campaign stuff that you can get. Shocking Development tells you how to get it. Achievements have different tier points, that kind of thing, but those aren't all important. It's just know that achievement points are there. That's why I have this achievement screen up. What else is there? Other than that, there's just the masteries. I've already unlocked some masteries, so your screen will not look like this, but your mastery points actually go per your account. It's not per character. So, in Central Tyria, there's a lot of different masteries that you can unlock to get you a bunch of different things in the game. And, you know, they give you a lot of different, like, merchants, and there's more things that open up, the more mastery points that you add into things. And so, all characters can all characters can add experience toward unlocking, these masteries. And then you need mastery points, which can be found either by completing story quests or by finding mastery points on your map. you can open up those things too. And each campaign, the main campaign, Path of Fire, Heart of Thorns, they all have mastery points. They all have things that you can stick little doodads in there and unlock new things. So, but I'll get into masteries later. But we have completed our first task. You've seen some of the menu, some of the customization. This episode's gone on for long enough. But I hope you're having fun so far. I love showing this game to you. So I am going to go ahead and call it here. We'll complete more tasks. I don't even know what that person's doing. But we will complete more tasks the next time. If you want to see more of this game, or if you want to just see something in general, if there's something more specific you would like to see me do, just go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. I will gladly play more of this for you guys. And as always, I will see you all in the next episode. Alright, ciao you guys.